So I mentioned last episode, I've actually done more to this car. If you missed last episode, I'll put a link up the top here. By the way, in all of the videos, there's always a link up the top if you want to start the whole thing from scratch. You want to know what the hell this car is and want to know what I've done to it so far. Yeah, the link is always up in the left-hand corner, but that one is for last week's episode. So you get to see, well, me not saying much and just stripping a whole Ford Focus apart. Anyway, first of all, in the engine bay, we have this here. This is an engine mount for the standard engine. Not anymore. Bye bye. This also lived somewhere there, somewhere like that. It used to hold the power steering bottle, which is these three holes here, and some sort of filter or something on the back there, and the front bit holds the coolant reservoir. I'm keeping that, so I just trimmed it there and left that bit on there, took this bit off. Now unfortunately my igniters on my engine, if I can show you the engine, the igniters, these little things here, I actually made the bracket, I actually made the bolt into this hole, so we're gonna have to find something else for the time being until this gets an upgrade. Anyway, that also goes in the pile of junk. What else have I done in here? Oh, I've stripped out all of that so I can get at, so it can all be painted. I have cleaned back the rust in here, because if you think all the way back in, I think it was episode 2, was it episode 2? When I rust treated that in there and then I painted it, well, it didn't last very long. That was, okay, we're talking 2 years ago, but still rusty. So yeah, that I'm leaving that ready for the painter to sort, because he probably knows better than me. I've taken the brake booster out. Basically, I've emptied everything out here apart from the heater matrix and aircon thing that's inside. That can be masked up, and the steering column, because, oh well, that means taking the whole dash out, and I really cannot be bothered to do that. But yeah, other than that, in the engine bay, that's pretty much it. I've done some cleaning up. We had holes there. They're gone now. That'll just get a skim of filler over it, hopefully, and he'll, when he paints over that, it'll look all good. And I think that's it for the engine bay. You'll notice a lot of the cavities are all red now. I've been in most of the cavities with the cavity paint, so now it's all red oxided. That one is the same over there, and you'll probably see it bleeding out everywhere on this car. So if this thing ever rusts again, I'll be pretty upset. But then again, it's a Ford, so I'm fully expecting it. Right, next, under the wheel arches. Now hopefully it's not going to be too dark under here, but as you can see, it's all been cleaned up. So I took all the paint off, or most of the paint off, scuffed it all up, ready for some underseal, which is going to go under here. Taken all the bits out, cleaned up these top mount pieces up here. They're full of rust, so they're a bit cleaner now. And I've put another stud under here. So remember our wiring loom comes in through this hole and it goes across here to this hole. Well, I've put an earth stud there so I can earth everything out in the car. Those used to be the holes there. Those holes are now gone. Now we've got a little earth stud there as well. And I'm going to use these holes, I think, because I don't think I'm using them under here. If not, I can always drill new holes for the clips for the loom. So yeah, that'll do, I think. I've also been going around and taking all the seam sealer off these edges to make sure there's no rust under them, and then I'll reseal the seams back up just before I paint under here or get it undersealed. But that's this side. The other side, let's go up and round. The other side is the same. A lot of work in this. I can't explain to you how much time and effort this takes, but yeah, it's all clean now and ready for some underseal. Same again, took the seam seal off there as well, ready for some new stuff. And while I'm talking about all of this, I might as well show you underneath, because underneath, and hopefully it's bright enough under here, underneath has had all of its underseal taken off. So you can see all that manky brown stuff that came up to about here and went all the way across to the edge over here, and all the way down to the end has been taken off both sides. Again, that took forever, but ready for some new underseal. And you've got the likes of this as well. They like empty. There's some wiring from the inside. Big holes in the floor. They need the plastic bits put back in there and seam sealed up again as well, I think. So I'll do that when I'm seam sealing. And the reason I've done this, for the most part, is because of places like this. It looked a lot worse than it is under the underseal, but I had to get all that rust off. I wasn't happy with it. I didn't want it to propagate and didn't want to get it too bad. Now it's much cleaner. I'll give that a bit of treatment as well. Hopefully better than the treatment that we done up there. But I'll put some treatment on it and then we'll underseal it all, and yeah, happy days. I got one more thing to show you under the car, but it's all the way down the back, so we'll go down the back next. I can't be bothered to crawl along the floor and stay down here any longer. Is there anything else I've missed? I don't think there is. It's literally just been cleaning and prepping, ready for paint. As I mentioned in the last episode, I took all the window seals and stuff off. I've left the door handles in. These may come out. These may come out before it goes, and I'll wrap a bungee around here or something just to keep it steady. But yeah, I'll probably end up taking these out so he can paint it properly. More red oxide in the corner, but it's empty in here. All of this stuff needs to be painted with the car, so I'm leaving it with the car. You can see the holes in the car there. Look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 that need to be sorted. And something I might do as well is I had to do a bit of welding over there. So it burnt through on the seam sealer, so I might end up taking a lot of this seam sealer off. Same goes here. I've had some previous welding done there, so the seam sealer needs to be taken off, and I'll probably redo it because I got loads here. Door cards are off both sides. I'm keeping the dash in because it's too much effort to pull it out, and everything else is out apart from the back seats, because I've got one more thing to do down the bottom there, which is drill a hole. I'd actually forgotten about that. This is like a couple of days before this goes away for paint, and I've forgotten to do something. Oops. I'll do that tomorrow. Don't know when I'm going to have time to do it, but I'll do it tomorrow. Anyway, yeah, to the back. So on the boot, the back here, I think these are a common problem because both the boot lids I've got were rusted through. Somebody actually put plasterboard screws in here previously, so I took them out. Just put some riv nuts in. It fixes the job. Job done. Cleaned all the glue off. Made a right mess of this for the stickers. Not the stickers, the badges. Made a mess. Painter's going to probably be annoyed at me for that. But something that did pop up with this boot lid is some more surface rust. So again, something I'm going to leave him sort out, I think, because I don't want to. One other thing I might get the painter to sort out is this keyhole. I'm thinking maybe go in with a keyless boot lid. Because it's got a boot popper on it as standard anyway, you can just wire it up for a transmitter to open the boot if I want to from the back, or put a button in the top here like where it should be. I'm being a bit harsh there because I know it's more of a modern thing, but you know, I can modernise this car if I want to. Anyway, back under the car. Oh, and the other reason, I'm too old to be doing this. The other reason I took all that underseal off was because this seam here was all rusted along there. Well, not rusted, just a bit of surface rust. So I cleaned all the seam sealer off, cleaned it all up, and then I'll put some more seam sealer on, and then it'll get all undercoated under here, so it'll all look pretty. Same this side, there's a bit of rust here, so clean that up and we're good to go. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. It's pretty much a basic shell now. So yeah, that's what I've been doing in between that live stream that we done, tearing the whole thing down, and then just doing the little bits and bobs like the door cards and all that sort of stuff. Easy enough stuff, just unbolt it and it comes off. Unscrew it, it'll come out. It really is getting there now. I'm nearly there. Anyway, big job up the front to do before it goes. Let's get into that. So one of the last things I've got to do on the shell before it goes for paint is something that we probably won't see the benefits of for a good couple of months, but it's installing this piece of metal. One that side and the other one this side. So what I've done is drilled through the chassis rails all the way through, and we're going to weld the top and the bottom of these into the chassis rails, and one end, the bottom, has an M16 thread tapped into it. So that fits in there like that, with a bit of help. First, I'm going to cut it so it's flush, then we'll weld around there, grind it off to make it flat so it's not visible, and we're going to weld around the bottom as well so it's all solid, and whatever I'm going to bolt to this in the future is it's got the strength of the car and the chassis rails to help it out. So next, I just need to cut this one down slightly. I've already marked it, and then we'll weld it in up top and bottom, and hopefully that's another job ticked off the list. Tappy tap tap. Right, here we go. It's like I was never there. And underneath I've got my M16 bolt hole. Same the other side, like I was never there. And an M16 bolt hole. Straight through into the chassis with support from both ends. So, that's another job ticked off the list. Don't think I've got many left, just the exhaust tips. So let's do them now, is it? Nope. Nope, 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 nope. We'll do that next episode. Yeah, this one's gone on long enough. I'm going to call it here. Trying to keep them nice and short. I need to apologise. There's been quite a gap between the last episode and this episode. There's been some good reasons for that. One reason is the car had to be ready, put on a trailer and taken to the painters. So I've been busy doing that. Second reason is, hopefully you've noticed this has been edited slightly different. I'm actually trying my hand at a new software. So editing these videos on a different software, that's taken quite a fair bit of learning, and it's been quite a steep learning curve, but I think I'm getting there now. And another reason is life just gets in the way. Things happen, the cars unfortunately have to take a back seat. Either way, hopefully I'm back on track now. Over the next few weeks, we'll get the car ready and gone, and then we'll have to look at doing some other stuff. But until then, why not give the channel a follow on each one of these social media platforms? The channel is at Jaff Bills pretty much on all of them, so it should be fairly easy to find. Subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Make sure you get the bell on if you want to keep up to date with all the videos that are released. And if you really want to support the channel any further, please consider joining the Patreon. You get a lot of perks. You get your name on the video, and you'll get some behind the scenes stuff as well that doesn't go out on all the other social media platforms. But there's no obligation there, just another little bit extra to help support the channel. Either way, car's getting there now, so hopefully next week we'll make a little bit more progress. But until then, ciao.